Right, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's morning here. I don't know when you're listening to this, but good afternoon, good evening, whenever. Yes, I've got a subject today that I want to talk about, which is going to possibly upset some people. It's a bit controversial, but take it as it's meant to be. Purely my opinion, that's all. But let's get stuck into it. I'll see you down the road. Yes, welcome back and thanks for being with me again. Great to see you. It's a lovely day today, quite warm, but we've had some shocking weather lately, and just got to take your chances and get out when you can at the moment. Right, my subject today, it's about a certain BMW. I'm not going to show it you straight away. I'll show it you in a minute so you can make your own opinion. You've probably already seen the bike I'm talking about, but I've got a bit of a history with BMW. As I've probably mentioned before, I used to sell their cars at one point back in the 90s, and we used to have a few issues. Let's put it like that. I won't go into it, but I'm not. Let's just say I'm not as enamoured with the company as a lot of people are, because I've seen it from the other side, and no company's perfect, are they? No company's products are perfect, of course. But I'm not that enamoured with the company, let's be honest. And the bike I'm talking about today is the new BMW GS. Now, my history with the GS is that I have no history with it, because basically it's too big for me. I'm a small person, so I can't comment a lot about it. I did try and ride one once. I felt it was too bulky and heavy and just didn't do it for me at all. But obviously it's got a fantastic following. But BMW have just brought out a new one, and well, to say the least, it will divide opinion, let's put it like that. Now, the old GS obviously is such a famous bike, such a well-known machine in motorcycling in general, one of the most best-selling bikes ever. Now, there's one thing that BMW do incredibly well, that's whether they're in the car division or the motorcycle division, in my opinion, and that's marketing. You cannot criticise BMW for their marketing. Back in my day when I was in the car trade, they managed to convince people that the BMWs of the time were the ultimate driving machine. That was their just get across here, that was their little subheading to all their adverts, the ultimate driving machine. And at the time, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, I can only give my opinion, they weren't the ultimate driving machine at all. They were very nice cars, with some real qualities. Ultimate driving machine, they were often, in fact, evil handling rear wheel drive cars that in the snow or any wet weather or anything were lethal, to be quite honest with you. And other manufacturers are going on to front wheel drive and were infinitely better handling and more practical all round cars. But they managed to convince people through their marketing that they were driving the ultimate driving machine. I always used to laugh at that. And my history with the GS is the same. I mean, this is my opinion on the GS. I'm sorry, GS fans out there, if you're a big GS fan, you're not going to like hearing this, but I think it's the most brilliantly marketed bike there's probably ever been. I think I've probably mentioned this in the past, but to convince people that the best motorcycle to travel the world, to go on your adventures, to go off-road, of course, as well as on-road. Oh, suicidal cat there. Yes, to convince people that the BMW GS, a bike with a horizontally opposed boxer twin engine, was the best bike for that. A masterpiece of marketing, that's all I can say, because it's nonsense. There is not a single off-road bike that has been designed from the ground up of any genre, whether that's obviously motocross or trails riding, or any bike designed for off-road that has got a horizontally opposed boxer twin in it Why? Because it's simply not suitable for the task, is it? Let's be honest. I'm not going to get into that too much more than just saying that, but that's my opinion on that, and I've always thought that, apart from the fact that the GS is, of course, the weight and all the rest of it. It's just the basic fundamental structure of the bike isn't suitable for off-road, and indeed the other smaller GSs are all parallel twins, aren't they? Which sort of proves the point, and a few singles. So that's what I think about the GSs in general. So I'm not a GS fan as such. I know they're very worthy bikes and a lot of people absolutely love them, but to me they're a success more of marketing than anything else, and they've convinced a lot of people to buy them when they're really not suitable for the sort of riding that they do, in my opinion. There you go. So GS, BMW have just brought out a brand new GS, and that's what this little video is about. I'll put the picture on the screen here, and this is just about the visuals. What on earth have BMW done? Now, maybe you love the look of it. I've been watching a few videos on this, and some of the comments are hilarious. One person said it looks like somebody's put a headlight on a photocopier machine, which I think was just perfect. Brilliant, really. Another person said it looks like two BMW key fobs enlarged and stuck to the side of a GS. And I get it. It does really, doesn't it? But whatever way you look at it, even GS fans, and I think one, for instance, a guy that loves his GSs is, of course, a Mr. Flyer, and he's roundly and very, to be fair to him, very honestly just said it's hideous. And you can only agree with him, surely, can't you? I mean, a little while back, Harley Davidson strangely tried to make an adventure bike. I think it was probably a big mistake, and they came out with this. This is the Harley Davidson adventure machine, the Pan America, and everyone looked at it and thought, how ugly is that? Well, I think BMW have just said, hold my beer. I think that's the phrase, isn't it? We can do even worse than that, and they've come out with this. And what are they doing? Is this some sort of corporate suicide? Is there somebody within BMW that wants the GS to fail? I remember many years ago when I used to sell BMW. I used to sell BMW and Porsche actually side by side in a non-franchise dealership specialist. And Porsche with the 911, the classic Porsche 911, the beloved sports car. It was sort of well known within the trade and outside of the trade actually, that Porsche were trying really to kill off the 911. It was becoming increasingly difficult to make the car competitive with other designs, because the flat six engine and the layout of the car had reached its technical sort of limit, if you like, and they were actively trying to kill it. They brought out, as you know, front-engined cars like the 924, the 944, the 944 Turbo, which I had personally myself when I was in the trade, and the 928. They wanted to make more modern designs that could compete more directly with the competition, but they were stuck with the 911 because it was a legend and everyone loved it, and they actively tried to kill it off, or wanted to kill it off, or at least a proportion of people within Porsche wanted to do that. No doubt there was a great argument going on in the company. Now this has got nothing to do with the BMW GS, but it's almost as though BMW are trying to kill the GS off. Have they said, look, this Boxer Twin, we all know its limitations, we all know that it's really not at all suitable, you know, as a big off-road adventure bike. We can't compete with the others really with this bike technically, even though our marketing team can convince people that we can. But We're stuck with it because people love it. And it just reminds me of the situation with Porsche. And of course, what happened with Porsche, they just continued and they just developed and developed and developed the 911. And as you know, it's still with us today, fundamentally. So this situation sort of reminds me of that in a way. And I'm not saying that people are trying to kill the GS off within BMW. But this design, if ever you wanted to bring out a design to try and damage your own product, surely this is it. Is it me? What do you think of it? I'm gonna leave it open to you people. What do you think? But for me, this design is just dreadful, utterly dreadful. Oh, by the way, this is a lane I don't think I've ever been down before. Oh, we've got some horses, so I'm going to slow right down here. Yeah, so what do you think about the new GS? Have you seen it yet? It seems to have been introduced to universal astonishment, I think is the word. I think the simple fact is that it's, let's say, a design that is, how can we put it? I think I'll just try and creep round here. There we go. You never know with horses. I'm always meeting them down these lanes. Not this particular one, but there you are. Yeah, what do you think of this this new GS? For me, I just don't know. I've looked at it and thought, is this a design? Because we've all been there. That in 5 years we're going to be looking at and saying, oh no, it's great. It's I can see why they did it now, but for the life of me, I cannot see how this enormous boxy suitcase stuck on the side is ever going to be something that looks anything other than pretty awful. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I'm astonished. I thought the Pan American was pretty awful, but this takes the biscuit, doesn't it? Let's see where these lanes lead. I've got no idea where I'm going, you know, absolutely no idea, even though I'm only a few miles from home. So there you are. I'm not in any way saying that BMW are actually trying to kill it off from within. It's just that it reminds me of that with the situation with Porsche. I'm just connecting it just in my own head. Obviously they wouldn't do that. Obviously not. But what do you think of it? It's just... is there any redeeming features? Am I missing something? Or is this not indeed the ugliest looking bike you have ever seen in your life? It looks like a pre-production prototype. People have said, one of the most common comments is that it looks like a Lego bike. And it actually looks more like the Lego BMW than the Lego BMW does. Which I think spot on. So anyway, it's a lovely day. Just a quick one. Leave your opinion in the comments. If you're a massive BMW GS fan, explain to me what you think of it, and if you like it and you think, yep, this is the future, I'm not one of the haters, that's fine. I'm obviously wrong, but will this sell? Will this sell? Or will this put a lot of people off? I think Triumph and KTM must be looking at the pictures of this and just rubbing their hands together. that's what... I think if I was in Triumph HQ at the moment and I had a load of 1200, 1250 Tigers or whatever they are in stock, I'd think, wow, we're going to sell some of these now, lads. But there you go, I might be wrong. There we go, we've got some hikers here. We're meeting all sorts today, aren't we? Hikers and bikers and horse riders. And this road is deteriorating slowly. I can see me having to turn around and come back, but we're gonna press on. Right, that's all for me. Thanks for joining me. Leave your comments down below. I'll be really interested to see what you come up with. And there's a prize for the funniest description of what this bike looks like. If you could do better than a photocopier with a headlight attached to it, well done. I'll wait and I'll see what you come up with. So that's all from me. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.